Welcome to Off the Pitch, episode 2. Once again, I'm joined by my esteemed colleagues, Mr. Tyron Denton and Mr. Luther Baikies.
Good to be back.
Lekker. This is good. And we're talking about everything off the pitch. Now, we're still talking sport, don't worry.
Boetias, wat het hulle gedoen?
We're still talking about cricket, so don't worry. But Off the Pitch is the podcast about everything that's not on the pitch or necessarily has to do with cricket. So I hope you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of this and all of the other stuff that we put on. So, as my colleague just jumped the gun, let's talk about the first one, because this is a sore one for the three of us sitting here, because we are South African, if you haven't noticed. Proudly, yes, still proud, but the Proteas are out. And the question here is it a choke? Is it not a choke? Is it an artichoke? We don't know. We don't know. I'm gonna start the batting off here. I'm gonna open the batting. Oh, I'm out. That's a joke.
Are you
Too
Temba?
soon. Too soon.
Are you Temba?
So, okay, I don't think we should go into the Temba debate. What I do think is, I don't think it's a joke. I'm going to say it now. We can have a chat. I don't think it's a joke. Maybe the start kind of looked like it was supposed to be, but it was a really difficult pitch. We saw it. And then the way we defended it showed me it's not a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, we kept him until 47 overs, 47.2, until they chased us up. But it was a nail-biter, really. All my nails are gone.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a joke.
100% I agree, Thornton, and sorry for jumping the gun there. I'm disappointed, but still very proud, because listen, it was an amazing World Cup. I don't think it was a full-on choke, but I think that in the semi-final we could have done a little bit better, could have applied ourselves a little bit better, because we beat these guys 3 to 4 times in a row. I think 3 times at home to win the series at home,
yeah,
and then once in the pool stages in the World Cup. So I was expecting a win. I was expecting them to be in the final, but yeah.
And it wasn't because we're South African or we have 2 IXU ambassadors that play with IXU kit that's premium that you can buy on our online store. It wasn't because of that. It was literally because of the stats. In all of the top 10 this and top 10 that, South Africans, the Proteas were featuring. I mean, we had so many centuries. We had bowlers that were on fire.
Yeah.
So on paper and on the field, we really looked proper. And I think that's what makes it a bit of a harder pill to swallow as well.
Oh, look, at the end of the day, I think there were a lot of factors that went into play. When you look at the conditions, that couldn't have been easy conditions to play cricket in. The ball was doing some wild stuff off of that pitch.
Wow.
And yeah, unfortunately with ODI cricket, if you don't really set a good base in the beginning, it's going to be a bit of a chasing game, catch up and that. I think you've got to give magnificent credit to David Miller. He showed incredible heart in his innings there. And obviously our representative, Heinrich Klaassen, being able to sit there and stay with him, unfortunately couldn't take it over. I think if he could have hung in there for a little bit longer, it could have definitely put us in a good space to potentially win the match. Unfortunately, he was taken out by a very, very good cricket ball. And look, the conditions were, if you ask me, they looked incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
And if you look at the overall performance, I think they did fight. They showed that South African grit. And it is something to be proud of. So anyone watching this back at home, if you're feeling disappointed, if you're feeling angry, definitely wear those emotions strong. We as South Africans do take pride in our sport, but also be proud of the boys and what they accomplished, and hopefully
100%.
that can build the confidence going into the next couple World Cups, and hopefully we can bring it home one of these days.
And we need to break that semi-final, curse. Let's not call it a curse.
Yes.
Well, that's what we think it is. And the other thing is, it's like, I have an older sister and she got straight A's. And when I brought B's home, my parents were like, I'm kidding. My parents, they didn't care about that type of stuff. But the Springboks bring home a trophy, and now the Proteas went to the semi-final of the Great World Cup, and everyone goes, I mean, oh, dude, they have to follow the Springboks. That's a hard one to follow.
Yes, but the thing is, listen, the question now is, and I'm serious about this, should we go out and put young guys into the Proteas team both for 4 years? Because 4 more years, that thing hurts me, man. It really hurts to think that this was a good team, alright team. In 2015 we had a good team. They didn't make it. In 2007 we had a good team. Also, should we build a team to go win the World Cup? Should we not just play well in between World Cups, beat Australia, beat India, beat Pakistan, whoever, but should we build a team that's going to win the World Cup? Should there be a mentality
make some
shift?
sacrifices
100%.
in the world rankings, but for a 4-year plan? Look, it's difficult to
Yeah.
say. It's easy to sit back and try and compare the cricket and the preparations for World Cup to how we perceive the rugby.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think there's so many other factors that come into play. I think when you look at the talent that South African cricket has, especially from all the festivals that we've been at this year, and how involved we are in the scene of sports, school sports cricket, we know that we've got unbelievable talent in this country.
100%
And I
the
think,
kids play.
I think, at the end of the day, there's so many things that even I think the top dogs don't have control over. They've got to deal with what is put in front of them. And when you say that, I'm sure every time they do try and build towards a World Cup squad.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is if I can just flip that script, and I might be poking the bear here. We spoke about it off script and offline. The dressing room doesn't have the same feel. If you sit in a dressing room with Siya Kolisi, I think you get goosebumps by him just being there. Yeah. The same with the coaching staff, the physios, whoever, all of them have the same kind of, and we said the word why. Not that the cricket doesn't have, I'm just thinking that if you focus on young guns or older people or whatever, or the veterans, something in the changing room, and that's just me, something in the changing room has to change. You need to have that gravity of a World Cup winning feeling. And the players are great. We have a great team.
Yes,
I just don't get that goosebumps. I don't know why.
So yeah, I agree that you need a why. And I think there is a why. My problem comes in where the why, not when they go into the field, the why isn't loved out. The Springboks love out that why. And the Proteas go into their shells whenever there's something that maybe goes against them, and that's just, listen, it's us speaking.
No,
People,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I think it comes very much from an outsider's perspective.
There you are.
And when we speak about it from our viewpoint, it's clear cut. When you see the way that Sia speaks, Rassie, Jacques, during the World Cup specifically, you can see that the conversations that they have aren't necessarily based around what the player's skill set is. I think at that level you all understand that the David Warners are in the Australian team and we've got our Heinrich Klaassens and our Aiden Markrams. You know, the skill level is there. There's not much separating the players up there between each other.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're on the world stage and you're a world-class player. You can see in the Springbok setup that they're not disputing the skill set of the players. They're building that culture, that, like you say, the why we play. And it's not to say that the Proteas don't have it in their team. Anyone who plays cricket, you know what it's like to be part of a cricket team. It's fierce, it's brotherhood, it really is.
Yeah.
But almost from the outsider's perspective, as spectators, as fans, actually, and this is maybe just why we're bringing it up, is it's not perceived the same way.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe potentially that is something to be looked at. Obviously, they're probably not going to see this and make those changes, but it's cool to see, just as a fan, that difference, and you hope that maybe the next World Cups that the Proteas is going to, if you can see that shift or that dynamic change, it might even instill that confidence in the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
No, definitely. Now, we are creatures of habit, so sorry about that. We said we're not going to speak about cricket or a lot of it, and we just did. So let's move on to the next one. In sports news, now, let's talk about darts, okay? Now, the professional darts, yes, darts.
Darts.
The Professional Darts Corporation, now I looked it up, I don't know anything about darts. The top 3 players in the world rankings, or the order of merit, are all 3 valued at over £1 million.
Huh?
Okay, so that's the first talking point, and we're not you know, wat noem jy as iemand uithaal? Slamming, yeah. Okay, cool. So we're not slamming darts. I just didn't know that the top 3, like, you earn that much. The top 10 have values of over 500,000.
Have you ever watched a darts competition?
It's crazy.
On
Yes,
TV?
yeah, I have. It's so cool.
So I watched the highlights of them on Sky Sports News.
Yeah.
And you can see, like, people go crazy over darts. Like, there's a
vibe.
There's a fandom
Yes.
around them. And this guy goes, I don't know what that's all about. I'm like, he didn't hit the bullseye.
So why it's in the news, the update is just last night. So Damon Heater, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, he's 13th placed in the order of merit. He beat Michael van Greven, who's placed 3rd on this order of merit.
Okay.
So if a 13th place, if you think of any other sport, if a 13th place team or person beats a number 3, it's quite
a shock.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that just happened.
Who's the 13th place tennis player in the world? Do you know?
Let's stick with one topic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But let's say with tennis, I mean, we don't even know. I don't know if you know.
I don't.
So that's the thing. Like, that's possible in the world of darts. There are so many different competitions. These people are valued at next level stuff, and that's something we grew up at a Articafé where you just threw some stuff at your cousins. You know, okay, no, I'm kidding, at the board. But you know, if someone walked past, you maybe got a dart in your arm.
I'm used to the ones where you putting your hand on the dart.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's in sport news. So darts, if you didn't know, that's awesome, and you can actually watch it. It's pretty interesting. Then we go to esports. Now, fun fact: David Beckham owns an esports team.
And a football team.
And obviously, yeah, but everyone knows that.
Miami.
They don't know the esports team. I'm in Miami. So yeah, bleep. I'm in Miami, bleep. So there's an esports Call of Duty League Championship. Guess what the prize pot was for 2023? The championship.
No, it was something ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna go low, but let's say $5 million.
Okay.
$100,000.
Goodness. Okay, guys, you are very optimistic about the esports world. It's $2.3 million. Now, obviously, it's a lot.
That's a lot of money
For playing a video game. And once again, I'm not slamming anyone, but who would have thought? Like, you sat in your room playing video games, and your parents were like, "Hey, you should be doing our work."
Now
Meanwhile, these
their
oaks,
parents' houses.
there are professional teams out there, guys. So it's crazy. So this spot of 2.3 was won by the New York Subliners. That's their team.
And you know what? At school,
They have it.
What a nerd!
They have
He plays
team.
video games.
Yeah.
What a nerd!
But they have team photos.
Oh.
They have a team page. Go and Google them, New York Subliners. They won $1 million by playing Call of Duty. Okay, you have to play it really well, but they played a video. That's next level.
Listen,
I don't know.
I just want to say, first of all, to win one of those tournaments, you need to be unreal.
Dude, remember playing double screen And then you kind of looked where your friend was. And they're like, oh, you can't look at the screen. You can't look at my screen. No. I can see you looking at my screen. And then you just peek around the corner and you get
Oh,
shot.
my favorite is when you play FIFA and then you go to penalties.
Penalties. All the just goes away. Have you seen
But
those
then you,
memes?
I think I just want to take note of that. You bring up the darts, you bring up the esports. I think it's incredible to see the world of sports expanding and growing and creating opportunities for people who aren't necessarily solely focused on the main sports. You know, you speak about school and going, oh, the nerds and that, or you know, you've got the jocks, and maybe you play a sport that's not as highly regarded at the school, so you're not perceived as this high-valued sportsman. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I think what's beautiful about sport is it's anyone can go and find a place where they can feel welcome
And belong.
and it's amazing that esports is now becoming a big thing.
dude, they
Darts
book
is a
out
massive thing.
arenas. They book out arenas where people watch them play. It's next level.
I don't know
So
if,
cool.
if on this next you're going to maybe bring up pool or billiards and
Maybe
but
next episode.
but-
What other weird or not weird,
comment down below.
strange or unconventional sport?
Unconventional is the word.
you
Put it in the
take
comments and let's
Yeah.
chat about it.
But I think that's the massive thing, is opening up the opportunities for different people to find different spaces that they
Yeah.
can feel included, that they can succeed, that they can thrive, that they can maybe make a career out
Yeah.
of. And
Listen,
Like some
at the end of
people
the day,
play
it's-
hockey. I mean, you know, you need to give space
I
for
want to
them.
ask this guy, what books have you been reading? Because you've, after 2 weeks or 3 weeks now, you've been very philosophical.
Yes, very deep.
Do you know,
He went on a journey with Friedrich Nietzsche.
I was going to compliment you guys actually, but I'm now not going to. I'm going to say
Sorry for the.
I work with you lot.
Oh, so you need to be philosophical.
No, yeah, just to keep my own self sane, man.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the next sport is a bit more conventional, a bit more, mainstream football news, or as we call it in South Africa, soccer.
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 No, well, it is football, mate.
Yeah, it's football. obviously. Yeah.
Even South Africans will agree.
Only,
Yeah, it was,
only in America it's soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah,
Oh
those
my word! In soccer news, so Haaland's got an injury. So as a Tottenham fan, I'm very happy about that. But you know, for the sport, I'm sad because the question is Haaland a possible GOAT in the future? I know what your answer is going to be because you're a United supporter. Please bring some hate in the comments. But
Listen,
and you're
okay.
you're both United.
Yeah, we are United
No,
supporters.
goodness.
We support Manchester United. United. We are
Just put a
on this-
bleep there, please.
We are on this run in the Premier League that's been very well. Tottenham had this run at the start that's been it's been excellent. I can give them that. City, listen, 115 charges. City has Haaland and he is amazing, but those midfielders giving him the ball, he's going to
But
score.
obviously we know Messi, Ronaldo,
Yeah.
and sooner or later they are going to, evade tax and buy another island somewhere else, and they're not going to play anymore.
My man,
So they're going to do that. Who's the next guy going to be? Is it Haaland? Is he going to be the GOAT or that our children
I want
maybe?
to challenge you on your statement there, quickly, because
anyone can score in that City.
mate, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. Because that City side plays, as much as I hate to admit it, beautiful football. It's entertaining to watch. They are a top class team. You can argue that Messi at Barcelona had a team filled and created to assist him in. At the end of the day, he achieved what he achieved doing what he did, but it was also the people around him. Built that and I mean, he didn't even score that much at United. He scored a lot, but nothing crazy.
Real Madrid
And Real
was,
Madrid, he had a team that fed him and put him in positions and created opportunities for him to score.
100%.
Then I'm going to challenge you quickly. Think we've got to steer clear of the GOAT conversation. I think I've noticed it in sports nowadays. Everyone
It's
tries
dangerous.
to chuck the word GOAT in because that's what
For those of you who don't know, goat is not an actual goat that you see in the Himalayas, somewhere they're going, eh. It means greatest of all time.
But if you become the greatest...
Some people don't know
Yeah,
they think we're talking about goats. They're like, this is a sports thing. Why are they talking about
But I'm
goats?
sure if you become a goat, you start growing some horns and like a nice little...
A bokbaard.
Goatee.
What is a goatee?
No. So just to finish that point, it would be tough to say the GOAT. I mean, right now it's disputed who the GOAT of football is. You know what I mean?
It's Harry Kane. Why?
You know, that's the thing about Tottenham. You know, so Tottenham is like Arsenal light, you know? The
What
highs
the-
are too high, the lows are too low.
Just
Yeah, so,
Listen, by the looks of it, your star player Harry Kane might not even get a trophy this year. So
at Bayern Munich now he'll get a trophy. He's got like 18 goals in like 13.
no.
But anyway, okay. So you don't.
Bayern Munich.
You,
No.
You don't want to
just
call
answer
a
your
goat.
question, Just to answer your question, I think there is the potential there. I mean, you can argue that maybe even for Mbappe. First of all, there's a long list of people that they need to supersede to achieve that.
Yeah.
Goat status.
But you cannot deny that man knows how to score goals, and he's incredibly entertaining.
Definitely.
And
Is it a flash in a pan though?
And from the country that he comes from, anyone who says that they wouldn't want to see a guy like that succeed, don't be my friend because.
Yep.
No, well, the truth
Unfriend,
of the
yeah,
matter
no,
is,
it's true,
I mean,
sure.
he's fighting at odds, and to see someone come out there, he's going to inspire people from his country, younger generations there, maybe even more from around the countries that are around where he
Scandinavia.
comes from, and so it's beautiful things to watch. You would hope that hopefully one day there's a South African that gets to those levels and they being spoken about in the GOAT levels, and that's what inspires the future generations of sport. And at the end of the day, we're sitting here because of our enthusiasm for sport,
Sports, yes, 100%.
and wanting to see people and teams succeed.
But I
Except for
don't-
Tottenham.
So short answer.
don't want
So short answer, no. If you have to call it,
Potentially, I think there's a long road to walk.
okay, we have a maybe.
No.
No, I also say no. I'm not going to say why.
So I'm saying that anyone can score in that City team. It's like they.
All I'm saying is we need a new type of Messi, Ronaldo.
Generation, man, you should
Think.
just enjoy those memories. I'm serious. That was something
An
else.
era that.
Yeah.
And also, you don't need the new one. You need the new era, the new people.
Something.
And it is amazing. And it's amazing to see that you've got the likes of Haaland and Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. and
Jude! Hey, Jude!
and Bellingham. Mate.
I'm telling you now, listen to me. Jude Bellingham will be the best player in the world in
Five. Within
3
the next,
years.
Yeah, within the next 5.
If you're watching this in 3 years
Jude
and it
Bellingham.
hasn't happened like I think it won't, laugh with me.
Yeah. The only thing that hurts me a little bit is that he might go to Liverpool when he's done with Real Madrid. When he's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years with Real
Mate,
Madrid.
but don't worry about that. Enjoy, like you say, enjoy
Enjoy
what
it
you
now.
have now.
So, on soccer news, football news,
Thank you.
still,
Yeah.
right? Let's talk about India. You didn't expect that, right? Okay.
India.
Well, India,
India.
and Australia.
So,
Essentially what?
so this is nothing cricket.
Oh,
okay, we're not going back to cricket.
Yeah.
India, in football, they just beat Kuwait 1-0. In Kuwait. I got a smoothie at Kuwait the other day. It was
Isn't it
blueberry.
Kuwait? Isn't that
Kuwait? Yeah, at Kuwait. Okay. Anyway.
Why did you have to wait a long time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I have that smoothie? Maybe. You have to wait.
Okay. I'm interested to hear this news.
So they beat Kuwait 1-0, and they are on a campaign. We don't know how positive this campaign is, but they are on a really upward trajectory campaign to qualify for the next World Cup.
Yeah.
Can you?
India.
Yes, it's a long way, but they are on that way. So can you imagine the Blue Tigers? That's what they are called.
How bad must
The Blue
the
Tigers
other teams be?
at the World Cup. Are you saying India
No, they're
is
bad.
at
no,
football?
like they're not.
But how cool?
They're not
Yeah,
bad
it'll
like
be
in the
kind
good
of
way.
cool.
They're not bad in the good way. They don't play
Well-
football well. I
Well,
think I don't know.
I think now that they beat South Africa in the Cricket World Cup, they're going to take some of the soccer players from Durban.
I think.
Would you rather see Bafana there or the Blue Tigers?
Absolutely
Obviously
Bafana.
Bafana, hundreds. But I'm just saying, imagine India makes this upset. They beat people along their way.
'Cause there's
They are ranked
brilliant-
109th in the world. I think South Africa. I promise. Go look at the rankings.
No, they're bad.
But we are ranked 100 and what? 60th or something. I don't know.
we
Aren't we closer to like 80? We
I don't
are
know.
higher than we are ranked higher.
Oh,
than
yeah. We'll have our back office
listen,
people
okay.
quickly Google so we can actually know the
to answer
answer.
your question, I think if India were to make it, it would be something pretty spectacular.
That'll be
It would
cool.
be special
And-
for
The Blue
And
Tigers.
it would be great. And I think, other than the cricket, because they might win, and it is cool. It'd be cool to see Virat get a World Cup. But when India does well, I think especially in sports, not cricket, since cricket is their main.
It's all they have,
It is
kind
something
of.
to be proud of.
Not to be rude.
I'm a hockey player, and when you check the Indian national
They
side
can
play
play
hockey,
hockey, yeah.
it's incredible to watch what they can do. And at the end of the day, most of the people that make those teams come from places that a lot of people in our country can relate
Yeah.
to. And so when you see that happen, I think you can't
Because
not be.
South Africa, we are spoiled for choice. I mean, we have golfers, we have swimmers, we have
tennis players.
runners, we have tennis players, we have this, we have a bunch of, we even have
Sheep shearing, man.
sheep shearing. I was about to. We even have sheep shearers. We won a sheep
I
shearing
didn't think
competition.
that was real. I thought that was
Bruh,
like fake
but that's
news.
skill. You have to be like,
you gotta be quick, man.
But was that real?
Yeah.
That was-
solid,
Yeah.
solid, bro.
And you know what's
Fake
more
news.
amazing about the South African sheep shearer? They use their teeth, bro.
What is Bafana ranked?
65th.
65th. I was
India is-
lowballing you.
Well, then if
Sorry.
India makes it, mate.
Sorry.
No, then
Yeah, no, sorry.
But
it
I
was
think-
just something exciting
I
to
think-
talk about.
I
I mean,
think
what?
it's also nice
It'll be
to
like a
see-
shooting star.
It's also nice to see the non-real like sportsmen, not to be rude and that. Do a bit of button bashing and think that now he's figured some sport out.
It was on.
Because I just want to let you know the fact that they beat Kuwait 1-0.
Yeah.
It's not.
I didn't tell you Kuwait's
It's
ranking.
not. It's not like Kuwait's really.
no,
fighting.
Kuwait is still waiting.
Can I tell you?
They're still waiting for their soccer post.
You know that dial-up internet when the game started, it went. so Kuwait is ranked 159th.
Yeah,
So obviously it was an easy win. I'm just saying, guys, I'm stirring the pot a bit.
you
Everyone,
stirred up.
So if there are any other pot stirring sports news that you want to share with us that we can share in the next Off the Pitch video, please tell us. And once again, thank you for watching. Thank you, Mr. Teammate.
4 hour.
Thank
I didn't
you.
get a cup. Well, you
I'm
guys,
sorry.
You guys.
The kettle is only so big. We're kind of in a warehouse. The
we
kettle
ran
is
out
not
of-
that big.
And we ran out of some
Out of Recoffee.
Yeah.
Yes, please help. Please send support so we can not buy Recoffee.
and please comment down below anything you guys would like to hear. Look, at the end of the day, we're trying here and we're trying different things. We hope you enjoyed this different format podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to have some really cool guests that come on soon, so stay tuned for them. But yeah, if you have anything else that you guys would like to hear or listen to, let us know and we'll try and put in our best effort to
And remember to like and
subscribe.
No.
Comment.
Subscribe on the video. Drop a comment below. We out.
Bye.